Welcome back to In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Sharla Brown, and on today's show, we've been talking all about Alpha Court. My guest today has been Nicole Latour, who's the executive director over at Alpha Court, and we're talking all about the services that you provide, the populations that you serve. Is that just for Thunder Bay, or is these services also accessible for anywhere in the region, or is it solely Thunder Bay?
It's solely Thunder Bay.
Right, which makes sense when you have housing and apartments and things like that.
Exactly.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about how someone accesses services, what the process is.
Okay, so when somebody's applying to our case management services, it goes through a central intake. So that's in partnership with Canadian Mental Health Association, St. Joseph's Care Group, and the Thunder Bay Regional. So the intake coordinator screens the referrals and determines what services would best meet this person's needs. So you can access an application form online on our website, or you could also call us at 683-8200 and we will help you with the process of applying, or we will send you an application.
Right, so people don't have to be referred by somebody else, that they can actually go directly right to Alpha Court.
Exactly. It could be a self-referral, it could be a physician, family member, as long as the person being referred is aware of the referral and they're willing to be referred.
Right. And let's talk about what that next step then is. Is there an interview? Is there an assessment that's done? What does that look like?
What happens is, because it's the individual's needs are screened at the central intake part, we don't do an intake assessment. We start working with them once we get them. We do, like I said, have a wait list, so there is a wait time, but we want the workers to start working with the individual as soon as possible and start building that rapport and assessing what needs the individual has.
And are you still working with people? So we talked about there's kind of a wait list, whether it's to be in one of the apartments or even sometimes for the subsidized housing. Are you still working with people to help them find them housing and help them wherever they're at in terms of care and things like that?
Exactly, we do, because they come into services first, and from there the worker helps them apply to our housing and other housing in the community if needed. So right away they're receiving support prior to housing.
Right. And are you always looking for more tenants to kind of get on, or not tenants, sorry, landlords to get on board to maybe partner with and work together with, that would be interested in helping with these kind of programs?
Yes, definitely. We're open to that for sure. At this point, we're at our maximum of rent subsidies, but we are having experiences where we may need to turn over units, so we're definitely open to new partnerships. And also any initiatives that people may have, if there's landlords, I know that you can get some funding where they have a certain amount of units that are RGI and they're interested in partnering with us. We're definitely open to that.
Okay, and what's RGI?
It's rent geared to income.
Okay, great. And can somebody access Alpha Court housing if they don't need services?
No, our housing is attached to services, so in order for somebody to access our housing, they have to be in services.
Right. Okay, and now, how long have you been working, Nicole, with Alpha Court?
I've been working for 18 years in August with Alpha Court.
Because I'm always curious as to kind of what brought people into that in that role.
For sure. So I started out in front line, and I've been there for so long because it is such a grassroots organization, and the creativity and flexibility that the staff have to meet the needs of their clients is really, really great. It's really appealing, and you can really step outside of the box to support clients and help them on their way. And I've really liked that about the organization and the people that work there and the people that we serve. It's just a really great place to work.
Absolutely. I'm sure you've seen many success stories over those 18 years. Do you have any that kind of stand out in your mind in terms of, things that you've seen or experienced that you're like, yes, this is why this organization needs to exist?
There's many, but I know one in particular that I could speak to is an individual that was told they would never live outside of the hospital, and they moved into our housing, and they've been there for about 13 years.
Wow.
And they've been doing really well, and now they're not even receiving services.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's amazing. I
Yeah,
just got
very
goosebumps
amazing.
even just hearing those
I
kind of
know,
stories, right?
it's great, and we hear these all the time, and like I said, the staff do a wonderful job, and they walk the walk.
Mm-hmm.
They really walk the walk of, and really align with the vision and mission of Alpha Court.
Absolutely. And let's talk a little bit about the staff at Alpha Court. So how many people do you have on staff? How many clients are you servicing at any kind of given time? And you know, who are kind of the people who are on your staff in terms of what their roles and positions are?
For sure. So in total we have 34 staff. So some are dedicated to housing, some are dedicated to administration, and we have 23 case managers on staff. And those are the individuals that work one-on-one with the people we serve. They come from all different backgrounds. For the majority, it's social work or social service work. We have some folks with nursing backgrounds, recreation backgrounds, psychology, sociology.
Mm-hmm.
And really, you know, they're such skilled individuals that we really find, regardless of their educational background, because it varies, they're just very good at case management.
Mm-hmm.
and they do a great job. And the housing staff meet many of the challenges that they have on a day-to-day basis. So it's a really, like I said, a great staff, well skilled, and very little turnover.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which says a lot, you know,
Exactly.
and that people love their job and love what they do and love helping people.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that the job has a lot of challenges and stuff to it, but can also be very rewarding as well.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about some of those challenges that you face as an organization.
For sure, I think mainly is our wait list. So the demand for services is obviously, you know, out over the supply that we have or the resources we have to meet the demand. So this is the first time in ever that we've had a wait list. So we're definitely looking at creative ways that we can try to address that. And it's also with increasing rents, and housing stock is definitely a challenge for us. So trying to find landlords that will work with us and trying to provide as many rent subsidies as we can with the increasing costs of rents, of utilities, and other expenses that come with renting out units. So those have been our main challenges. Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Absolutely. And you said that kind of the number's been growing, like you never really had a wait list or problems before. Is that only in the last year or in the last, you know, few years, or?
About a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've seen real influx of clients, people needing services, which, you know, in a way that there's a demand for our service, but also, you know, it's kind of brings the reality of what's you know, what's needed in the community, and the fact that that there's a population of individuals that need assistance out there, and we need to find the resources and be creative in trying to meet that need.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, because everybody needs those basic human things, housing. Exactly. and food and access to care and people who care. So very important for sure.
Exactly.
Let's talk a little bit about, well, actually, let's take a quick break first, because we're going to go into funding, but that's always kind of a big topic. So we're going to take another quick break. We'll be right back with Nicole and talk more about Alpha Court.